nobody needs a new reboot of Escape from New York. The original one is fine. The original one is great. In fact, we didn't need Escape from L.A. That was terrible.
Who could they cast as Snake Plissken?
A woman?
Besides Wyatt? No one.
Yeah, Wyatt. And only Wyatt.
You think they'll get him?
No. He's already said he'll never replay one of his dad's roles.
Good for him. Started watching The Boroughs.
Yeah.
I had been hesitant to watch it, and I watched the first episode in 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of it, I liked that much of The Boroughs more than I liked any season of Stranger Things other than the first. I thought it was really good, and I like it a lot. I'm almost done with it, but I want to savor it. It's funny. It's the acting is really good. I like it.
So the Duffer Brothers are producing that. They're not directing it. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stranger Cocoon.
Yeah, Cocoon. Bill Pullman was in it for a short time.
Did you see all the pluribus shit in there?
I did. The one thing that sort of bothers me is Gina Davis. Her face doesn't move when she speaks, so she sounds like this. This is Gina Davis the whole time. Although she that I have. But Alfre Woodard is great. And everybody's talked about this. The show's been out for, a month. Bill Pullman, Alfred Molina. We already mentioned Gina Davis. Clark Peters.
Yeah.
Who's Art. He was so good in The Wire. But he's great in this as well. Jane Kaczmarek is in it. And Dennis O'Hare stealing the show as usual.
Ed Begley Jr.
Oh, yeah. He's not even credited. And I wonder why that is. He's not in the opening credits. He's not credited in this list of the cast. The owls are in the wall. So what a good show that is. Everybody, we're all watching Bad Thoughts Season 2. Which was, like I said, 2 episodes left. But Jeff, you said your favorite was Black to College.
Yeah.
It's the best one so far.
Yeah.
Although I like the very first skit where Kevin Nealon gives him the pill, and he's just as he's about to, spoiler alert, just as he's about to get shot, he has this huge erection.
Took all his inhibitions away.
I think my favorite was, and you guys probably haven't made it this far. I think it was called Pig Tit Shit Beast.
No, I haven't seen that one. Jeff,
it's so funny.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Did y'all watch the first? This is my problem. All 3 of these shows that I like, they dumped all of them at the same time. And I'm really upset with Amazon because I would have liked to have watched Spider-Noir, once a week. That would have been great.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've watched 2 so far. I watched the first one in black and white, and I watched the second one in color.
I watched the first one in color because you can't change it on your phone. So I'm going to watch the rest of it in black and white or go back and forth. But what a good show.
I'm probably going to watch the rest of it in black and white. I like the black and white better.
Yeah, I do too.
And other than that, did you guys watch Harland on Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan? No, I saw some clips.
Yeah, I've only seen some clips.
It was way better than the one from last year where Rogan was not in any sort of frame of mind of having a sense of humor. Remember that one where it was just Harlan being Harlan and Joe not reacting to it?
Yeah.
In this one, Joe's laughing his ass off, so it's more enjoyable. And they do have some debates about things, but Harlan is so funny in it. And then he was on Jamie Kennedy's pod. He's doing the podcast rounds for his movie. I haven't watched yet. Has anyone watched it?
No, I haven't seen it.
No.
So he's doing a podcast rounds for that. And on Jamie Kennedy's, he starts talking about, everybody, you ask any comedian today that's successful who their top 5 comics are, and they all mention George Carlin and Richard Pryor. And he goes, I get that George Carlin is, he's a raconteur, he's smart. He goes, but I don't think he's super funny. He goes, what's funny to me is Jerry Lewis with buck teeth walking into a wall. And then, Kennedy couldn't believe it, but he just stuck to his guns. Carlin was great. I don't go back and listen to his old stuff anymore, but I used to listen to it all the time. Carlin is...
he was more of a philosopher, and people find it humorous. as opposed to him sometimes trying to be funny.
But if you go back to his early comedy, his early stand-up albums, he was a wordsmith, and he knew how to, how to not take it down, but how to deconstruct, especially the Catholic Church, because he went to Catholic school. That album, Class Clown, the reason it's a classic album is just because of the way he constructs his jokes and his words. But he had to memorize this. He didn't go work the clubs to do his stuff. He would write and then he would memorize it, and that's how he did it. So he wasn't very good. Remember, we saw him one time, Jeff, and there was a heckler, and he goes, "Get him the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
That's not gonna work, Shay.
True that.
Meet why you can't possibly be pregnant.
Live, little face. How do you know that?
First off, you're you're kind of you're a male.
Carrie Means, who is the voice of Frylock in Adult Swim's Aqua Teen Hunger Force, revealed in a recent Facebook post that he and his wife, Leah, are experiencing financial difficulties. It says, "Homeless, please help. Their rent went up. They have to move. They have no money, no credit, and every little bit helps." So hopefully, Dustin, you could put the GoFundMe here or whatever they.
I'll put it down in the description for people to check out.
If you're interested. Yeah. He had a heart-related emergency back in 2022, and so they've kind of been struggling. He's gotten some work here and there, and he's on Cameo. But if you're a huge fan of that show, toss him a couple of bucks because he's made you laugh all those years. It's weird to think that it's not just him. I mean, Andy Merrill had trouble, too. You guys know he was Brack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was driving for Amazon, but now he's starting to get work again. And he does have a pretty good social media presence. People loved Brack, and they loved Andy's characters. As this company that owns Adult Swim is being gobbled up by Paramount, do you think back that even 15, 20 years ago, even if you were a main character on a show, on a cable show, there weren't residuals. So I think that now there are. So maybe if people are streaming it or watching it, he'll get a check every now and then. Because occasionally I'll get a check for $30, maybe a little bit less for, the voices that I've done, because people have watched episodes of Squidbillies or Aqua Teen. So, but, these guys depended on it. And, sometimes people say, well, why do these actors or why do these character actors or voice actors go and do all these conventions? It's because the work is dried up and they have a lot of fans who are willing to cough up 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks to get their autograph on something and have a picture taken with them. So I don't begrudge that at all.
We spent some time with Carrie at that panel we did for him.
Kuzakon?
Yeah, Kuzakon. Yeah.
Kuzakon, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys hang out with them? I didn't really hang.
Yeah, they were there. They were there all day. So we kind of hung out and talked to them, and especially when we were doing the panel, they were really nice. I hate that this is happening to them. If you guys want to throw them a couple of bucks, please do. I think I will.
Didn't they ask me to do some sort of moderation using the microphone?
Kuzakon?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That I'm not good at and that I hate doing, and I hate getting up in front of people. It's much easier to be behind a microphone and tell jokes and do characters, which leads me to my next bit of news that I can't really elaborate on because I don't know all the details yet, but there was a reporter, we have reporters at WSB who, they go out and they're journalists. And a lot of them have different things they like to do, and one of them likes to do acting, and she sent me a link. She goes, "I thought of you. There's this comedy group that's looking for somebody to do a Trump impression." And I said, "Oh, that sounds cool. I think I'll try it out." And then I sent an email to the director of this sketch group, and I said, "Hey, I've been doing Trump on the radio for a little bit over 10 years now, and I think it's workable. I'm interested in trying it out." So she called me. And like almost right away, and in my head, I'm thinking, I can't do this. I can't get up in front of people and perform and act because that's not what I do. It's going to make me nervous. My Trump sucks, blah, 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 blah. That's just how my mind has always worked. So, but anyway, last night I went to their rehearsals in Little Five Points. The actual performances are going to take place in Dunwoody at a theater, and I'll let everybody know. So if you want to go, that's where it'll be. And I walk in and, there's young people. There's a couple people my age or younger, I think. but all the actors are young, and it's a sketch comedy thing, and there's different skits and stuff. And I get the script for the Trump dialogue that I'm going to read, and I'm like, this is funny. And I got to watch them act it out before, I jumped up to read my lines. And in the first read through, I kind of did the, this guy, the Trump, the guy that stands there now, he's always tired and everything. And she said, well, next time be a little bit louder. So I just did whatever I could, and I busted through, and I started ad-libbing a little bit. And she laughed, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing okay. I heard her, guffaw laugh. And I'm like, all right, this sounds cool. And I was talking to all the actors during the breaks and stuff, and it's just a very cool experience for me to do something that's way out of my comfort zone. And then there was one scene where there was a joke where Trump's talking about his dink, and I ad-libbed a line after that and made a hand gesture, and they all loved it. So anyway, I got it. And then I read for a different, she goes, I want you to do another, you be a cop in the good cop, bad cop thing. And I read that, cold reading. I never read the script, and it ended up being cool too. So anyway, I'm committed to doing the Trump for 3 performances. And when I left, I felt like I was going to throw up because I'd been holding my anxiety back the whole time. I'm walking to my car, I'm like shaking. And Dr. Joe at the WSB goes, well, that's your parasympathetic nerve. It's turning sympathetic into parasympathetic, and you're just expending it all, and you held it in, and then it's all gone. And, you're like, but I felt nuts after that.
It didn't give you an adrenaline rush?
That must be what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I love that. It's like a drug. I love it.
I know what you mean. Hold it all in to contain the nervousness. At the same time, you're containing that endorphin rush.
Yeah.
And then when you get outside, you let go, and it hits you like it probably would have hit you if you'd have been more comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it all came out at once. And in the back of my head, anytime I start feeling nervous or imposter syndrome, I always think back to the thing that Bill Hader talks about that Jeff Bridges said to him. He ran into him, and Jeff Bridges said, hey, how you doing? And he said, I'm a little nervous. I have some anxiety. And Jeff Bridges said, oh, that's your buddy. That's your buddy. He travels with you. That's your buddy. And putting that in my head, it was very helpful.
Now, I had a theater teacher that once told me she would be worried if I didn't have a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
Like it would mean I wasn't going to try as hard or do as well if I didn't have at least a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for you. I think you're going to have a blast.
Well, we'll let you know. I'll let everybody know so you can come. And
we're all going, right, guys?
Yeah, I'm going to boo
sure.
every time Tim steps on stage.
Echo him.
And then everybody will get up after the Trump sketch and the theater will be empty. No, that ain't happening. There are 3 performances, I'll let everybody know. Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by the Punchline Comedy Club in Sandy Springs, Georgia, tucked inside the legendary Landmark Diner. The Punchline is Atlanta's longest-running premier comedy nightclub. Get yourself a nice meal, have a couple of drinks, make sure you tip your wait staff, and satisfy any cravings you have while you are laughing. June 11th, Danny Plissken. On June 12th through the 14th, Rosebud Baker. June 17th, Sincerely Divorced Podcast. June 18th, Dale Jones. And on June 24th, Brian Moot. Patreon members, if you're interested in winning, just let me know on Patreon, and you could win a pair of passes to see a comedy show of your choice. Check it all out at punchline.com. Enough about me. Let's talk about an old man who should have retired. I know he shouldn't have retired, but Clint Eastwood is retiring, yes?
That's what his
It's got to be 100, right?
I like how it says here he's either 95 or 96, depending on the timing. He has had a long-ass career. What started out as an actor doing westerns on television. I think his first jobs were on TV. Did all those classic movies in the 70s and 80s and 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Never stopped working. And except for that one time when he yelled at a chair, an empty chair at the GOP convention. I guess that would have been, 2012? Do you think he regretted doing that?
I don't think he regrets doing anything.
You don't think he did that, though? Because it was just sort of weird. What's your favorite Clint Eastwood movie?
I don't know. My top 3, Escape from Alcatraz, High Plains Drifter, and Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. I think Thunderbolt and Lightfoot's probably my favorite.
I think there should have been a law that every movie he was in had to have an orangutan in it.
I love those movies.
Well, the first one, I know.
Left turn, Clyde.
Ruth Gordon.
Whole goddamn bag of Oreos. That's a goddamn baboon. No respect, no pride.
You know what we're talking about, Lizzie? Every Which Way But Loose?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're younger. Sometimes I like to ask.
Well, that's one of Jones's favorites.
Oh, okay. What are yours? What are your favorite Clint Eastwood movies?
Mine are, all right, they're probably going to be a lot different than y'all's. Gran Torino.
Good movie.
Okay.
$1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
And Bridges of Madison County. And I also want to say Trouble with the Curve, because my good friend Josh Warren is in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, mine are, I like Dirty Harry, the first one in the franchise. Sudden Impact is, I mean, he was already established as a star by then, and they're like, hey, you want to make another one? All right. But Dirty Harry, fantastic movie. The Unforgiven, which is one of my favorite movies. Deserves got nothing to do with it. Well, yeah, not a decorated a saloon with my friend. And the third one, what would the third one be? Oh, yeah, Play Misty for Me. You guys have seen that?
Yeah. The DJ.
Nobody's going to mention Tightrope?
Nah, that's your favorite. Jeff, you have three that you like the most?
Yeah, they've already mentioned all of them. Good, the bad, and the ugly, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to watch everything of his, you've got a lifetime of work. And I think you can pick and choose, but I'd say there's something good in about all of it, except for that Cadillac one. What was that, Pink Cadillac?
Pink Cadillac, yeah.
That one's not so hot. All right, this one's all you guys. Euphoria is finally over. Does that mean the series is done, or just...
Yeah, they kept saying season finale until it ended, and then they said it was the series finale.
Oh. So what are men who don't watch the show but like seeing... what's her name, naked? What are they going to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're probably going to migrate to her new production company.
Yeah.
She just signed a big deal to have her own production company.
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, Sweeney did. She's
can
going to
do
be making her own line of films.
I like Jens. Blue Jens.
I did like the finale.
Yeah.
Her death scene, as somebody who's loved a wonderful person that's also an addict dearly, her death scene was actually comforting to me, because even though she made that same the choice to do it that one last time, and my loved one did as well, you hope that they go peacefully and that they're surrounded by people they love, like in their mind as they're going, and she was, and that gave me a great comfort. But then also you've got Ali, who goes and kills and shoots up the Alamo at the strip club. He's doing it for revenge. So also it's somebody who lost somebody that you want to hurt, that person that gave the person you loved the drugs or sold it to them. And so I got to live vicariously through that. From a person who has suffered from all that, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
Should I watch it?
It's
I mean, I
definitely
think
worth
it's a good
watching.
show.
Yeah.
Jeff, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I liked the way it ended. Coleman Domingo was really good.
Yeah, he was really good.
I liked
Yeah.
it. Can we end this once and for all, goddammit? I hope that ended it for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think your wife's looking through your watch list.
She's not. It's just going to pop up and, when she opens the app, the HBO app. But I think I'm being probably worrying too
Why
much.
don't you ask her to watch it with you? And be like, I heard this was a good show. Let's watch this.
If
What? It's that.
If I were going to do that, I'd say let's watch The Boroughs together, because that's a show we would both like. I don't think she'd like it.
Okay.
Like, we started to watch Billions, and the very first scene in Billions is a guy pissing on another one, and she's like, I don't want to watch this. I said, okay. That's the very first scene in the show, right? A guy pissing on someone?
No, it's a girl pissing on a guy.
Well, whatever. Somebody's being urinated on.
It sets a tone.
Yeah. That tone in my house was, I'm not watching Golden Showers. Did anybody see Backrooms yet?
No.
My kids did.
Did they like
They like it?
My son, My youngest son, he has not stopped talking about it since they got back.
And
I've
how
seen
old
it
is he?
last Friday.
Oh, okay, he's 19. Here's the thing, and you brought this up a couple weeks ago before I'd even heard of any of these movies. I think it was you, Dustin, who brought it up. That these are the YouTube. Who were we talking to when you brought this up?
Oh, we had a show a few weeks ago that was when Curry Barker got handed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, and he's the one who did Obsession. That got so actually we had that show, and then the following week Obsession came out and just blew up and took over everything.
Obsessions is beating Mandalorian and Grogu. Backrooms, everybody who sees it really digs it. And here's the thing. Movies like Obsession and Backrooms are going to do more to bring younger people into the theater than the Star Wars movies, who I think the kids that are watching those they watched it with their parents. Because it's our generation and the millennial generation are the ones who, oh my God, Star Wars, we got all the Legos, we got all this, we got all that. And by the way, the Lego thing, have you guys seen any of this stuff about this Lego thing?
The guy that got arrested?
It's way too much to talk about.
Yeah.
Every day there's something new about this. There's a YouTuber who's trying to help this guy get his dad's Star Wars Lego collection, allegedly worth $200,000, back from this chain of Lego resellers. And it involves Mormons. I see a series in the future. But anyway, back to this movie. Kane Parsons is the director of Backrooms, and it's based on creepypasta, right?
Yeah.
Creepypasta years ago, 4chan creepy. I remember seeing all that stuff on 4chan years ago, and it was creepy. It was like these never-ending gifts that you would go down these halls and twist and turn and be in these rooms. But this looks really good. And again, I have to say that these kind of movies, younger people directing them, do you believe that Kane Parsons really directed it, or do you think that other people directed it? Like Mark Duplass, do you think that he was just in it as an actor, but also sort of sideline directed it?
No, I don't think he did. I think that he really did direct it. I mean, he met with James Wan about making the movie 4 years ago when he was 16. That's when they started planning the movie.
Okay.
And so, I mean, he's had all this time to do it. They built an actual physical location and set for them to use. So practical effects they have in a lot of this stuff. There's not much to contend with. And then you have these A-list actors that are brought in to work with. I mean, it seems to me like it would be a first-time director's dream because everything's kind of on a platter for you.
Was it Chiwetel Ejiofor? He's amazing. He's a great actor.
And it's also kind of funny, you were talking about when it came from creepypasta. When this stuff came out and when the first Backrooms stuff started, I don't even think the kid was alive.
Wow.
That made it.
Remakes have to stop. No one's going to stop making them. Nobody needs a new reboot of Escape from New York. The original one is fine. The original one is great. In fact, we didn't need Escape from L.A. That was terrible.
Who could they cast as Snake Plissken?
A woman?
Besides Wyatt? No one.
Yeah, Wyatt, and only Wyatt.
You think they'll get him?
No. He's already said he'll never replay one of his dad's roles.
Good for him.
The closest you'll ever. That's what he said when he took on Monarch, because they're both on it, playing the one individual as a young guy and an old guy, and he said that's the only time you'll ever see me do this.
Now, just Zack Snyder wants to make it more down and dirty. Like, how more down and dirty can you get? Everything in the original is practical effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, that and people are like, oh, it was so low tech, and I'm like,
who cares?
For the time, it was not low tech. I mean, the tracking, the time serum that was in his body, the cassette tape that was going to wipe out the entire world. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is sci-fi.
By that argument, 2001: A Space Odyssey was low tech compared to 2026.
Oh yeah,
and that movie's a classic. I don't know. This is a no for me, though.
Yeah, I don't. Snyder. I didn't like the reboot. I mean, if we can only base it on things that he's done in the past, he did this exact thing with Dawn of the Dead, and comparing it to the original is nothing. There's no comparison at all.
I agree.
What year was that? The Dawn of the Dead?
2006 or 7. One of my favorite movies ever is the original Dawn of the Dead.
That's when they're moving. He made the one where they start moving really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, besides, I mean, all the other liberties he took with that story and changes that he made was one thing. But yeah, he did create the running zombies as opposed to the lumbering zombies that were in the original.
The original Dawn of the Dead was one of those where the TV commercials were so scary that I didn't want to watch it. It's like when the moon turns blood red. Oh, no, thank you. It's a good movie. What's this one? The Birds?
Yeah, they're going to remake Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, but turn it into a limited series.
With Sarah Snook from Succession. Now, this is going to be closer to the book, but it's also going to be set in modern era in Alaska. I don't know. This version of The Birds is pulling more from the original story and updating it into a modern Alaska set mystery. So they must have had a lot of stuff left over after that True Detective season.
Well, I can guarantee you a phone booth ain't going to be one of them.
No.
You don't think?
No, there's no.
Yeah,
no.
you can't.
Right.
So, like, that's like one of the main scenes in that.
Well,
When you think of that movie, you think of the phone booth scene.
Right. Well, that and the fact that to make that movie was done way before those little disclaimers that said no birds were hurt in making this movie.
Right.
Because
there
the
was
only
probably
way
birds
they could
harmed.
Well, the only way they could get those birds on the playground, that famous scene where they're on the jungle gym. The only reason they could get them to stay there was they took ping pong balls and cut them in half and painted them black and put them over their heads so they couldn't see and they wouldn't fly away.
Right.
Old Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's Hitchcock. I mean, that's just, you're not going to do it any better. Leave it alone.
Hey, I want to thank our sponsors for Radio Labyrinth, our long-running partners in this little scheme of a podcast we have. Starting with Atlanta Pizza in Euro. They are over in Conyers, which is Dustin's neck of the woods, proudly serving the East Metro Atlanta area for over 40 years. Atlanta Pizza in Euro is a family-owned restaurant in Conyers with the best local craft beer. They have a huge selection of local Georgia and Southeast craft beers on tap, as well as many others available in bottles and cans. Craft beer not your cup of tea? Well, guess what? Try the $4 16-ounce tall boy cans of Busch Light, Natty Light, Coors Light, and PBR. Gyros, pizzas, hot subs, and Greek and Italian specialties. So just go out there and munch down and have a couple of brews and say that we sent you. Tuesday nights, they have team trivia from 7 to 8:30 p.m. The food truck season is upon us, and they have a number of event dates scheduled through the fall. So if you're interested in possibly booking Atlanta Pizza in Euro for a corporate or private event, please give Mike a call at 770-483-6228. Atlanta Pizza in Euro is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 9, Saturdays 12 to 9, and they are closed on Sundays. Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by another longtime friend, our buddy Brett at LDI. Do you have a commercial or residential construction printing need? Well, then all you got to do is contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens, Georgia. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005. They got fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366 or email them at athens@ldiline.com.
Views. Or.
Snooze.
All right, Jeff, let's do some views or snooze.
All right. Last week was Spider-Noir, 4 seasons, which was really good, and Star City, which I watched that. That was really good. This week, Cape Fear, the series, starts on Apple TV. I think it looks good.
Same problem.
Same problem.
I mean, why?
Don't have Apple.
Why make it?
Yeah. Why make it?
I mean, it wasn't good the second time. You're going to make it a third time.
You didn't think that
The second time was really good.
the Nick Nolte one by Scorsese was good?
It was good, but there's no I mean, it was probably, when you look back, it was one of those that it's the epitome of a remake. But
yeah,
in order to do it a third time, it kind of diminishes that film.
Jessica Lange won an Oscar for that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then The Simpsons made that great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah. Guilty as charged, but.
I think it looks good. I'm going to watch it.
I'd watch it if I had Apple TV.
I'm a snooze.
All right. The Vampire Lestat. Our other friend Liz is really excited for this one.
Now, this is just the third season of Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This one's focusing on that Vampire Lestat.
That ought to be interesting. The book was.
Yeah.
Now this is they tried to combine they put a lot of Lestat in Queen of the Damned movie when they made it. Yeah.
And Alice and Steve is a movie starring Jermaine Clement.
Yeah.
It looks pretty funny. He's these two friends, their relationship's strained because the man starts dating the one friend's 28-year-old daughter. I like Jermaine Clement though from Flight of the Conchords.
Aren't they touring again or getting together?
Yeah, they played at the Netflix. It was a joke festival. I hope that they put it on Netflix sometime.
Yeah.
Is that just a one-off?
Yeah, I hope they keep touring though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do some staff picks now. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'll tell you a couple that I'm interested in right now. There's a show coming on USA Network after SmackDown. It's called Everything on the Menu with Braun Strowman. Have you heard of this show?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, this season he's in Atlanta, and he's also doing an episode with Bert Kreischer, the funny comedian who can't leave his shirt on. And also, coincidentally, it has nothing to do with why I picked it as a staff pick, but you can hear Tim Andrews and George Clark interviewing him on the Sunday show on WSB, which will have a podcast very soon. That was my new radio show that I started last Saturday. We're going to have comedian Heather Shaw. Do you guys know who Heather Shaw is?
Jim Carrey.
She looks like Jim Carrey. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Like Jim.
Yeah.
Going to have her on, and Cartnarks.
You tell her I said
you
hi.
finally got him?
I will tell Heather that you said hi.
Yeah.
And I will, and you'll have proof if I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Tell her I said hi.
And on the podcast this weekend, which I'm still doing, and that's a Saturday night show that you can get the podcast for, local artist and performer Tom Wilner, who is a
Did you interview him already?
prostate.
He's from our hometown.
I know he is. He's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Tell him I said hi.
I will.
Not like in a Lizzie way, but for real.
No, I'll really say it. I won't ignore it.
My way is real. Okay?
I actually know this guy.
She
though.
means hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know her too from social media. Okay?
But I went to high school with this guy.
Yeah. Well, he was what, 2 years older
Yeah,
than
he
us?
was ahead of us.
1 or 2. I think he was 1 year, wasn't he?
1 or 2.
Let's see. I got the 4K edition of Heathers from 1989. Christian Slater and Winona Ryder.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that and I've done this a few times when I haven't seen one in a long time, but when I got the 4K and watched it, I still knew every word. I could speak that whole film.
I love my 4K dead media.
Yeah.
I love my dead gay son. I love that line that the guy goes, call us when the shuttle lands.
Yeah, making fun of the teacher, or the guidance counselor.
Yeah, all because some withered old bitch once took a shit there. Oh, the dad. That is such a great movie, and it's from its time, and it's really stuck in its time, but it's still funny and still good. And doesn't Martha Dump Truck end up living at the end?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, she ends up being friends with
Winona
Ryder. Yeah, she's riding her little mobile scooter around her at the end.
Corn nuts.
Mine's Robert Smigel's podcast. You should check it out. It's really good.
I have it in my queue to watch, especially the one that the one that you're mentioning is the one I really
Yeah,
want.
that's the second part of it just came out today. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really good.
It's
Jim Downey and David Letterman.
Yeah, that looks really good. I love Jim.
Bob Odenkirk was on an episode. They're all good.
That's the one I watched, was the Odenkirk one. Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, I'll check that out totally. Lizzie, you got one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bad Thoughts, even though we already talked about it, just because I was able to consume it all in one afternoon, which means I was really entertained by it. So
I watched all but the last two, and I was like, I got to save some for later. I'm just going to watch all
Jones
of
came
them.
home and he's like, what are you smiling about?
The only critique
this
I
show.
have is I still think the first season is more varied and a lot more pushing the envelope than this one.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the first season better, but this one is still.
It's still funny.
It's still got like chuckles out of me for sure.
And he's helping Meadow Soprano keep her SAG card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, that scene! You guys saw that skit, right?
Oh my God!
Yeah, the Freaky Friday one.
Like I'm like trying not to smile. Like it just keeps getting worse, and my smile keeps getting bigger, and I'm like, this isn't right.
All right, that was a lot of fun. Check it out if you haven't seen it, and check out everything that we recommend because we don't do it lightly. Gosh darn it all. Hey. So if you're interested in becoming a Patreon member, just go to patreon.com/Tim Andrews. We have 2 new stickers that we're going to be sending out to everybody. Everybody gets 2 that's already on there. And that's at the $5 and up level. So that's our base level. If you want to do that, that's fantastic. We would love it if you would do that. $5, that's almost a gallon of gas these days. I understand that, but anyway, or you can join up and be a producer for $25 a month, and you are getting yourself a T-shirt from our T-shirt shop, and you get a message. I'm fading. You get a shout out every week for being an executive producer. And this week, I want to say thank you to Mike Walker, John Allen, Matt Carter, Chris Chandler, Mike D, Jim Fortner, Terry Fuller, Roby Neely, Jeff Peterson, Tim Slayton, Brian and Chelsea Smith, and Pat Turner. Thank you guys very, very much. And I don't think I'm missing anybody, but if I am, please let me know. And as always, when you're a Patreon member, you are eligible to win a pair of tickets to go to an upcoming Punchline show. Hey, if you like this show, please comment down below. Tell us what you're watching. Tell us what we should watch that you like that we don't talk about. I think that would be a lot of fun. Share that with us. Anything you post and talk about helps the algorithm, and also remember to like and share and post it if you want. And if you're a listener, leave a comment for us. But just share us and tell a friend. Tell a friend about us, and we would love you if you did. Unless there's anything else, please remember to
keep it canon.
They say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Lost in the rain.